Hello, my name is Kukka-Maria Polso, and I'm studying for a master's degree in education at University of Helsinki in Finland. The other authors of this paper were Heta Tuominen, Arto Hellas, and Petri Ihantola. The purpose of our study was to deepen understanding of the introductory programming students, their achievement motivation, and course performance. The key concept of our study was achievement goal orientations. They are tendencies to prefer certain types of goals and outcomes over some others in achievement-related settings. Achievement goals are typically divided between mastery and performance goals. These days, there are plenty of different conceptualizations for both goals, and in our study we focused on 3 of them. Mastery goals refer to an aim to develop competence. Performance goals, in turn, can be divided into normative and appearance goals. Normative goals refer to an aim to outperform peers, whereas appearance performance goals refer to an aim to demonstrate competence. This study employed a person-oriented approach, which means that instead of investigating the interactions of single variables, the participants were clustered according to their achievement goal orientations, and the differences between the clusters were examined. We wanted to know what kinds of clusters, we call them profiles, will emerge and how these profiles differ with respect to course performance. This kind of study design had not been used before in the context of introductory programming. And additionally, this was the very first time that both normative and appearance performance goals were used as clustering variables. So, whose achievement goals and course performance were studied and how? University of Helsinki offers massive open online courses in introductory programming a couple of times per year. Our sample, which consisted of more than 2,000 students, was from the course of spring 2019. The students were asked to take an online questionnaire in the beginning of the course. Mastery, normative performance, and appearance performance goals were assessed, and the students reported also some background information. Course performance was measured using 4 metrics, which were the points from programming assignments, the number of weeks the student was still active, participation to the final exam, and final course grade. The factor structure of the achievement goal orientation items was investigated with confirmatory factor analysis. The clustering was done with 2-step cluster analysis, and the profile differences in performance were examined using configural frequency analysis and analysis of variance. Now it's time to explore our findings. 5 distinct achievement goal orientation profiles were identified. The figure here visualizes standardized scores for the goal orientations. The lines represent the profiles. Which cannot be seen in the figure is that the overall mastery goals were high in the sample, whereas the overall appearance performance goals were low. Then, let's take a glance at each profile. The largest cluster was approach-oriented students. As can be seen in the figure, their mastery and normative performance goals were high, and their appearance performance goals were low. Around a fifth of the students were performance-oriented. They pursued both performance goals, but their mastery goals were low. Then there were students who held combined mastery and performance goals. They had high scores in every goal orientation. And in contrast, students with low goals were not much motivated by any of the goal orientations. Our final cluster, the smallest one, was mastery-oriented students. Their mastery goals were high, but both performance goals were low. So, that's about the profiles. Then it's time to look at how the profiles differed in terms of course performance. Here's what we found. Significant differences occurred only between students with combined mastery and performance goals and students with low goals. There were differences in 2 of the 4 metrics. Differences between the other profiles were non-significant. To sum up, 5 achievement goal orientation profiles emerged. The profiles were similar to what's been found in prior studies. Although they were unique because of the distinction between normative and appearance performance goals that was in use for the first time ever. There are not major differences between the profiles in course performance, which is also in line with some prior studies. However, students pursuing multiple goals did perform significantly better than students with low motivation. Let's then think a little how these results can help us improve introductory programming education. What we noticed was that striving for multiple goals simultaneously is linked with good performance. Should we then try and support the adoption of all achievement goals? Well, on the other hand, prior studies indicate that that kind of motivational profile is also linked with some negative consequences to academic well-being. While we certainly want the students to reach their best performance, it is also important to consider other outcomes. We do not want to guide students to adopt stressful study habits. Supporting mastery goal pursuit is likely a safe choice. To conclude, additional studies are needed to clarify the relations of achievement goal orientation profiles and different outcomes such as well-being or post-course interest in computer science, and also the effects of modified content and other educational interventions in introductory programming courses. Thank you for watching. If you happen to have any questions, please participate in the discussion in the forum. And if you want, you can also contact us by email. Have a wonderful summer.